Hey guys, you're in the studio with Luke from GuitarIQ.com. Thanks for watching. The guys over at eaReckon have sent me their Analog87 bundle to check out. Now straight away, for me this is an interesting software package because it's quite affordable and it also covers a lot of the essential tools we'd be using to mix our guitars and our projects generally. Things like gating, EQ, compression and limiting. So let's check these plugins out and see what you think. So this bundle is basically made up of 5 separate plugins. These plugins include a gate and a compressor, both of which have sidechain functionality, an equalizer and a brick wall limiter. And lastly, we have a channel strip, which actually combines elements of all of the previous plugins into one. So now let's take a closer look and hear some of these in action. So I've isolated here a couple of rhythm guitar parts that have been double tracked left and right. For these examples, I'm just going to be using a basic amp simulator setup. And here's what that sounds like by itself. Now these guitars sound okay, but they could certainly use a little bit of massaging just to get them to where I'd be wanting them to sit in the track. So let me bring up this channel strip plugin and walk you through how I've approached using it with these guitar tracks. Okay, so on the input here, I have the low and high cut filters set just to roll off some of that information that straight away I know I'm not going to be needing. I've got the compressor engaged and it's not going to be working the whole time. It's just going to be tucking in some of those transients which are sticking out a little bit. I've bypassed the gate, but if I had a lot of amp noise or bleed on these tracks, that would obviously be something which could help me clean some of that up. As far as the EQ is concerned, I've got a high shelf here that is set just to trim back some of the presence on those guitars which I felt were causing things to sound a little bit thin and brittle. In the mid-range, I've added a little bit of a bump to my mids and my low mids just to add a bit of thickness and body to those guitars, and I've got that set quite broadly as well. But in the low end, I've narrowed in on some frequencies which I felt were giving me some unnecessary build-up, and I've notched some of that out. On the output, I've just knocked the volume back a bit to be more comparable to the volume originally, and obviously because we've got a lot of headroom, the limiter's not being engaged here. So I've set that up on both tracks, and let's just have a listen to what that now sounds like. So now that those guitars are a little closer to where I'd want them to be sitting in the mix, you can see that I've sent both of those channels out to a guitar submix. The first thing I've added on this submix is this EQ plugin. As you can see, I'm not doing anything overly drastic here. I'm just rolling off some of the sub frequencies. I'm adding another little boost in the body and a little bump around 5K. One of the really interesting features of this particular plugin is this tips button up here. If I click on that, you can see it comes up with a list of suggested EQ settings. If I click on electric guitar, you can see it shows me suggested areas where I could cut or boost my tone. Obviously with this sort of thing, these are suggestions. There's never going to be a complete one-size-fits-all approach, but especially if you're just starting out, this could be a really helpful starting point for you. So now let's actually hear these tracks with this plugin engaged and see what it sounds like. Lastly, you can see here that I'm running this compressor on the guitar submix. Now, the reason I've done this is because I still want a bit more thickness and chime and sustain out of these guitars. As you can see down here, I've actually set this compressor quite aggressively, and I've done that because of this wet and dry adjustment over here, which essentially lets us blend the compressed signal in more subtly with the original signal. This is a technique called parallel compression, except in this situation, we're able to do that all within the one plugin instead of sending our audio out to an additional compression bus. So let's hear what this is doing to the track. So just for the sake of reference, let's hear this track again with all of these plugins in bypass and then with everything engaged. Here it is. So that's the Analog87 bundle. You can hear that I've hyped up those examples a little bit just to really contrast what I'm doing with those tones. And as always, at the end of the day, it's going to be about how your guitar tones sit in the context of the rest of the mix, but hopefully that gives you a general idea for how these plugins sound and feel. It's also worth noting that these can all be purchased separately as well. I think these plugins are really affordable and effective alternatives for getting some really good results, not just with guitars, but with almost any element in the mix. I will say for analog style plugins, these actually feel quite transparent to me. Some other analog style units or emulations can often be used to give more of a colored or saturated effect to our tracks, which may or may not be what you're looking for. Either way, I didn't seem to notice this as much when using these plugins, but all up, this bundle certainly offers a lot of options for cleaning up and shaping our tracks in the mix. So let me know what you think. That was the Analog87 bundle from eaReckon. Well, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. If you have questions or comments, as always, feel free to leave that feedback. If you're just interested in more content like this, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. You can also check us out at the website guitariq.com. All of the links are going to be in the description below. Lastly, if these videos help you out, make sure you click on the like button and share them around. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.